Hey, let's talk about tonight's Thursday night football game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings come to this game off of their loss. I believe it was by a field goal difference to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2017, I believe the score was, because it's through a pick in that game, and the Buccaneers ended up coming back and winning that game. When the Philadelphia Eagles beat the New England Patriots on the road on Appreciation Day for Tom Brady, game in which we started up, I believe 16-0, 16-0. I believe we started up 16-0, and then they look the best in rhythm the rest of the game, ended up winning by a close score, 25-20. So both teams come to this game with a little bit to prove. Obviously, going back to last season, Philadelphia Eagles beat the Minnesota Vikings 24-7. I believe it was around the same time last year, like within the first 4 weeks this game was. This year is week 2. Um, so teams are a little bit different. Eagles lost a lot in the offseason. Minnesota Vikings, a couple changes. Added some stuff defensively while losing a couple of stuff on the offensive line offensively. So with that being said, tonight's game features a rematch of last year, and this is a bit of a two teams that, though they're not in each other's division or in each other's conference, and have a little bit of a rivalry going back to 2017 when the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Minnesota Vikings on the way to winning their first Super Bowl. So, with that being said, the Eagles tonight, I expect to be win this game by. I have them winning this game by one score margin. I do believe the injuries are going to affect the Eagles a little bit tonight because we already in flux of a lot of changes. New coordinators and new players at key positions, offensively and defensively. So that being said, tonight's game, the Eagles have to, I believe, go in and attack the Minnesota Vikings offensive line and defensive line, which I believe the Eagles have the personnel in the trenches to take advantage of. So, offensively, I think we need to make this game a little bit ugly. I believe we need to use the big man in the trenches, run the ball very heavily tonight, use all three backs, use Scott here and there, um, ground and pound with Rashad Penny, and let's see what DeAndre Swift could do. Now, he broke a long one on us last season, so I was shocked that he only had 2 touches last week to start the season. Gainwell did play very well, but he's out tonight with injuries, with an injury. Eagles are missing some key players with injuries tonight. Nakobe Dean foot injury will be out for 4 weeks, if not a little bit longer. James Bradberry, the starting cornerback opposite Darius Slay, is out for concussion. Gainwell, I believe they said was something ribs related, and Reed Blakenship, he got hurt last week too, so he's out for tonight on a short week. Then the Minnesota Vikings, they're missing their starting center, Bradberry. I think it's Garrett Bradberry, the center. So the interior O line is extremely, to me, a thing the defensive line of the Eagles could take advantage of tonight with their pass rush. And even the offensive line altogether, Minnesota Vikings, I didn't think was necessarily the greatest. So I think we could attack them tonight. So, again, very heavy running attack game tonight. Use some play action off of it because I believe the back end of the Minnesota Vikings is decent. They still got some key players there with Harrison Smith, and you got veterans out of that, Murphy, some other players. And their linebacking core I kind of like with Hicks. Outside of that, you got Davenport, who came from the Saints, Hunter, who came back, and then they're starting a player who I kind of want the Eagles to draft late. I can't remember if it was this year or last year, Ivan Pace Jr., who's in for a player I believe who got injured. But I believe the D-line, interior D-line, we could attack and we could run the ball up the middle on this team. So again, with Bradberry being out, the thing, a key to victory or a way the Vikings can attack us that kind of scares me is the Vikings have a lot of weapons, and a lot of weapons that could also stretch the field. You got Jordan Addison, the rookie this year, from USC, I believe, who looked very good last week. Then you got Jefferson, who had a big game last week and a loss, who I believe, take advantage of. I believe we're going to have Slater on Malaya this game. But still, it's a big play, threat wide receiver, to one of the top 3 receivers in the game. So, the add in Osborn. So, Maddox, I think, still starting to slide. He said Josh Jobe is going to be the cornerback from Alabama, who I loved us picking up last year as an undrafted free agent. They're gonna try to probably attack him tonight, opposite Slay. So we got that one player. I kind of would hope the Eagles put in the line tonight because I kind of like to see what he could do. It's the undrafted cornerback we got this year, and Eli Ricks, who I had very high on my draft board. I think I had him early second round, mid top second round pick, and I was shocked he drafted to undrafted. I think that was a huge pickup for the Eagles, if I'm being honest. So I would kind of hope if activate him with some of the injuries he had tonight, and see a little bit of him, but he might be inactive. So that being said, got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this game tonight, 27-20. Touchdown margin, just because I think the trench is going to decide this game. I think the Eagles are going to keep the Vikings off the field enough that we won't get attacked too much in the air, the passing game. And hopefully at some point we can make this a situation in which they have to pass it, and our pass rush can really get to this offensive line. Key players of tonight's game, I got two. With weaknesses and players out on both sides, I think DeAndre Swift could really make a name for himself tonight, have a big game. And I like Jalen Carter, the rookie, to have a big game tonight. He had a lot of pressures last week, but I think he have a big game tonight. Also, that being said, again, go back to Vikings. He had 4 weapons: Hockenson, T.J. Hockenson, tight end, Justin Jefferson, K.J. Osborn, like I said, and Jordan Addison. So, hope everyone enjoys the game tonight. Have a blessed day. Later.